suddenly you're told you've been going about it all wrong. You think you've been responsible, only to learn that you've been duped by the system. Where is the balance? How does one even begin to find and digest all the information that relates to getting older in a responsible way? What is important and what is noise? And even if you have the skill set to filter out the best information, how do you possibly find the time? Oh, and I'm not done yet. There's an even lower floor to this house of cards with a greater impact that you probably haven't even considered, one that we folks in aging worry about all the time. Even if you could identify the right things to do or not to do to your body, there's unsettling news about the medical and social systems within which you make those decisions and try to implement them. These systems, which are meant to help you, are in fact failing you. It's clear from where I sit as a gerontologist that there's a new underclass in town. If you are over 50, all you need to do is look in the mirror to find the newest object of American bigotry. We baby boomers and our parents no longer lead the way in the American processional. Now perceived as a drain on all kinds of resources in this youth-obsessed society, we have become the new scapegoats on the block. Notice I said underclass. I did not say minority. We're not talking about a modest-sized constituency here. No, it's a growing tidal wave of older adults who, after years of poking fun at friends and colleagues with over-the-hill birthday cards, Viagra jokes, and jibes about Botox vacations, have survived and multiplied to become the target of their own discrimination. Why, as a physician, am I so interested in this topic? Because we're not just talking about hurt feelings, nor is this simply about blood pressure, cholesterol, and mammograms. I hope to convince you that the factors that influence how well we age are related not only to personal health, but also to the systems that claim to promote it. Over the past 25 years, I've worked at some of the most respected medical institutions in our country, and witnessed care received by my patients, my family, and myself at places great and small. I've been taught by some really smart and committed people and have reciprocated by training thousands of students of geriatric and internal medicine. And here's what I've learned. Ageism in American medicine and society is a matter of life and death, as dangerous as any incorrectly prescribed medication or slipped scalpel. If that's not worrisome enough, there's another observation that should concern you. You don't have to be that old to experience this phenomenon. In the same way that people don't become old overnight when they hit some arbitrary retirement age, ageism in medicine sneaks up on patients long before they meet me for their first geriatric physical. It's a subtle process, one that begins as people enter their 60s, their 50s, and even their 40s, which in my business is the neonatal unit. The comparison to infancy is not just a joke. In the same way that seemingly small errors or oversights in pediatric health care, such as poor nutrition or missed vaccinations, can produce preventable but lifelong misery, the improper care and feeding of baby boomers can lead to later life disabilities that could spell the difference between living independently and having a nursing home as your last address. But here's the good news. You have more control than you think you do. You can live longer and live better. And many of the keys to this involve not only what care you receive, but how you receive it. There are steps you can take to make sure you don't become a victim of the kind of medical and societal bigotry I'm talking about. And I'm just the guy to lay it out for you because I've seen it all. Older adults and their families undertreated, overtreated, and even untreated. Physical and psychological complaints that may be treatable but are dismissed by busy doctors with a fatalism that can send patients the subtle but poisonous message to go home and give up. Patients and families left in the dark. Institutions that were built culturally, operationally, and architecturally for 20-somethings but are caring mostly for boomers and their parents in a bizarre medical mismatch that can be downright dangerous. While I'm willing to take heat from colleagues and skewer the healthcare system about many of the problems faced by people who are getting older, I'm only willing to do it up to a point. Patients and their families also bear substantial responsibility in perpetuating this status quo.